We read the data from the database, from PostGIS database via the REST APIs. So just read it data. Because reading data means we have to create this data from our application, web applications. Then and you read the data and build your respective geometry and put it your properties information for this geometry. So here you can, even though with the control which type of geometry you are in the selections, even though you calculate the extra area, how the area cover is for the geometry, see already the impression how the area look like, the total area. Even though you can calculate the, when you select the 4 coordinate points, it automatically calculate the total building cover area and the plot area. And then even though this is the input from the end user. So then we can switch case. We detect, okay, we have a geometry type, doesn't matter with a polygon type or multi polygons or lines or points, depending, you check it and then do some mathematical calculation to present. Here I did some area calculations, and then you see that just presenting at the moment, just like dummy or something to present. So I read that. So we see this is the features. A feature class, that's we have it, features, that's we define it here. We know the features and get the properties. That's the important one, to read the properties from the objects. So we define inside the geometry, we define our features, our models. So this is the models, and this is the models has information like has a ID. So I did it ID, and then this deploy address ID, reference number, exactly the model definition that's we needed. And exactly you can control it, this user information. When we did the real enterprise development or real user management integrations, you can do this all sort of control. User X has only privileges, only 5 columns. You can do also, even though you need to write down if condition and that's all, finish. Just check it which user is logged in and check it is allowed or not allowed. So it's all the models information that you saw here. Yes, this is all the information: address ID, plot ID, user ID, user code, name, type, and then so on and so forth. So informations here I did, like I didn't have it any additional information. I just put manually some pictures here. That's a picture that you saw here. So this is one of the pictures that here is running. You get it layout, and in the reality, when you did you insert your plot information or billing information, address information, or unit information, flow information, and that time you take the pictures, maybe mobile from the cameras or something from the Google Maps, you just put it here and as a layout. And then even though utility location, maybe where this plot is utility connected, gas, water, or electricity connected, that's those thing information. Then the city planner or city engineer is know, okay, here is my plot located and the respective areas is covered. Here my utility is connected. Then this is a more help to the planning or to engineering for the your services or optimizing your service plans. So here some I saw some document information, get element ID, and then I saw you already see here. This is my just everybody knows this is our model, our controller, one sort of controller class implementations, and this is a view interface. So the target is maps. We see the map CSS class. That's I say the CSS class is map CSS class is defined here. I think so. Map CSS class, no, not here. This is globally defined. I think so. The styles.css is globally defined here. So because I need a lot of cases map to use. So you see the map width and height. Depending, you can change it. It doesn't matter where is that to put it in. Absolute path, left, right, top. But for it's depend on your layout how you try to put it here. For my case, I need to be combined some lot of some part of the application. Sometimes you need to really bigger size, some part of the smaller size, depend on combination. You can even though override your style in it. So that's I said in the last screencast. This is our global CSS SCSS class. If you put your CSS in here, then it's globally injectable or selectable, or you can use it. But in this is the one of the most beautiful features. If you have a component like component level CSS, that means it's when the application started, it's looking for the very fast into the components. Is it component inside the component class in components? Is it CSS defined? If it's not, then it's look for the global one. That's why. So for just initial idea, just I need something to show you what's okay. I have it's just like some customize in the component level, some CSS, and the global level CSS. But even though you can delete everything from here, you can put it here, global level. If someone need some reason, maybe this component use it, or other component use it, other component use, then you can set it globally, and then don't need to be locally to put it there. So that's what the idea, to do the component level CSS and go global level CSS. This is the idea. So it's mouse over and object information, and so the actual information is here. So here on click event, so I write small on click functions. Then when click it, then on click functions, you see the on click functions argument list. I just use it maps dot document dot here text, and then on click event this dot map dot on click event, and then on click functions to call, and then this is they totally segregated. So you did your click functions, the on click functions, and then you just pass the event and call the functions. That's all. This is the function definition. Is what you would when you click the button or click the mouse, and then this is the function call, and this event hit here. So that's all. So that means we saw how can you programmatically create one geometry. That means when you try to create a geometry, you need a geometry, coordinates points, you need to define the geometry, you need the features and vector sources, vectors, and add layer into the maps. So this is the basically 5 steps. And then when you create your features, you insert your models, and then this models is automatically integrated or linked with your geometry. That means when you are in the maps, and then you can build the geometries into the maps, and it works automatically. And you see the what's part information need to be visualized into the map, what's part into the information into the sidebar, and then this works. Let's have a start the applications again, because application was running, so I kill it, and then let's say in npm, maybe everybody knows npm start. So it start the applications. That's I said I changed the port number. This is the changing port number, I think. So it was this is Angular. No, it is not here. This is here. Okay, so you see the script npm start, then it's ng serve. Even doing ng serve is directly started, and port number 440, and this is the Foxy setup. I will show you when I did this Foxy setup. That means the all communication for the microservices here. So every microservice is used and to implement the services and call the all things, and coming from the microservices from different machine or different part of the world, depending. But I will show you when I did the microservice integration and build the respective forms for doing the CRUD operations. So I refresh the browser. So you see the browser is refreshed. So you see that I said in my presentation. So very beginning, its application is open. You can zoom in, zoom out, and here, and it is focused where you did your zoom in, zoom level. So depending. So one of the points I just programmatically create in here. So you see the capital city. It has in say points, locations, and then if you had delete the plus, and then even though the mouse control with that one, and see the information, and here. So on some cases, and in the Google Maps, you cannot more than that. It's hard. Google Map is not allowed to put it give you more detail, then there's problems. But if you have a license level information, even though it has more coordinates, so you can click it, and then you can record it this information and put it. I did it this one, so just follow the last screencast. So that means when you have a mouse over, maybe the mouse over, it doesn't, because I didn't do the mouse over functionalities, and the information is coming here. So mouse over, maybe here, mouse over here, all the respective information for a specific geometry object. So if I click it in one of them, so it's click. You see that I did a click event implementations, and its information is there. So all the information what we did in the models, but this is the information coming from the database. So we did the create operation, delete operation, update operation into the forms in the next screencast coming soon, and then read the data and build the geometry with the respective coordinates points, and see the detailed information of each of the geometry. So we click it, you see that changes the coordinate points. So it's changed the coordinate points. You see the coordinate point is changing here. So I then highlighted something here. So coordinate changing, it's coordinate changing here and here, so on and so forth. That's the coordinate point, change point. So depend how you try to model it, depend you think about what's the possibilities. But at the I said this is the enterprise application. I am really very beginning stage. That's why I try to share with you, to come up with the good ideas or the good concept, and to be a really better application, to share my knowledge and to share with your knowledge and make a better applications. That's the idea. This is one of my volunteer jobs. It's not a professional jobs. It's not a commercial business. It's not a business deal. It's like I try to share with you, and you can share your knowledge, come up really best solution, a good solution into this geo and non-geo part, geo and non-geo application. And then subscribe the channels, write down your comments, and even though your ideas to the comments, and put it the information that you need, or I will try to my best to give it to your feedbacks. And now I said goodbye, and just follow the next screencast and previous one, and I will do the complete development from very beginning development, as I said, and the deployment into the customer level, customer machines, maybe thousands of machines you need to install your application. That's I will show you how its deployment is in real life, in professional life, did as a Docker and Docker container will with all of the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a combination of that one, maybe, I don't know. But the promise is like we build our Docker image, and then we put it the Docker and somewhere in Docker container, put the application, start the application to the client machine. That's all. And now I said goodbye, bye, and see you later. Bye bye.